She told me I should be proud to have a wife so desired by other men. Those words didn't just sting, they burned. I stared at her, unable to tell if she was joking or deliberately trying to provoke me. Her tone was playful, almost mocking, but her eyes told a different story. There was no trace of innocence in them, just a flicker of defiance that made my stomach twist. It was supposed to be a quiet evening. We'd gone out for dinner at a small restaurant downtown, the kind she loved, dim lighting, soft jazz, couples laughing quietly over wine. I thought we were finally in a good place. We'd had a rough few months, but I was naively convinced we were rebuilding. Then that comment shattered everything. I didn't respond right away. I just watched her take a slow sip of wine, her red lipstick leaving a faint print on the glass. She looked too calm, too composed. The kind of calm that comes when someone no longer fears consequences. What's that supposed to mean? I finally asked. She smiled, tilting her head like she was explaining something simple to a child. It means you should relax. Men flirt with me. It's not the end of the world. You should be proud, not threatened. Proud. That word echoed in my mind, hollow and cruel. Proud that strangers looked at her the way I once did. Proud that she encouraged it now. I tried to laugh it off, to convince myself I was overreacting, but something inside me cracked. We left the restaurant in silence. The drive home was thick with unspoken words. I glanced at her once. She was scrolling through her phone, smiling faintly. My chest tightened. She'd been doing that more often lately, turning away, typing quickly, hiding her screen when I got close. That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay beside her, listening to her slow, steady breathing, while my mind tore itself apart. Every memory from the past few months replayed in fragments: the night she came home late, the sudden obsession with the gym, the new lingerie she said she bought for self-confidence. I'd ignored all of it because I wanted to believe we were fine. The next morning, she was in the shower when her phone buzzed. The sound sliced through the silence. I told myself not to look, that I trusted her. But my hands didn't listen. I picked it up. One message glowed on the screen. Last night was unforgettable. When can I see you again? My heart dropped into my stomach. My vision blurred. I scrolled further, dozens of messages, some deleted, some half hidden in archived threads. Photos. Late-night rendezvous disguised as girls' nights. Every word, every emoji, was a knife. When she came out of the bathroom, towel wrapped around her, she froze. Her eyes darted to the phone in my hand. The silence between us was unbearable. How long? I asked quietly. She didn't answer. She just looked down, her jaw tightening. How long, Emily? Finally, she whispered. It just happened. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I laughed, a hollow, bitter sound that didn't feel like mine. You didn't mean for it to go this far. You mean the lies, the secrecy, the messages, the sneaking out. You didn't mean it. Her eyes welled up, but I couldn't find sympathy in me anymore. She sat on the edge of the bed, clutching the towel like it could shield her from the truth. You stopped looking at me the way you used to, she said softly. You stopped noticing me. I felt invisible. I wanted to scream that I had noticed, that I'd been trying, but all that came out was silence. She wasn't wrong, not completely. I'd been distant, wrapped up in work, too exhausted to notice the cracks forming between us. But betrayal doesn't justify itself through neglect. I stood up, trying to breathe through the storm building in my chest. So, that's it. You wanted attention, so you went looking for it. She wiped a tear and whispered, I just wanted to feel wanted again. That was the moment I realized how far apart we'd drifted. We weren't even fighting anymore. We were two strangers trying to explain the ruins of something that used to be love. 4 days, I couldn't decide what to do. She begged me to talk, to forgive, to start over. Part of me wanted to believe her, to cling to whatever was left. But every time I looked at her, I saw those words on the screen. Last night was unforgettable. One evening, I came home early. Her car was in the driveway, lights on in the living room. I walked in quietly. She didn't hear me. Her voice drifted from the couch, soft and familiar, but not meant for me. She was on the phone. Laughing. Whispering. I can't talk long. He's home early these days. No, I miss you too. I know, soon. My heart went cold. I stepped into the room, and she froze mid-sentence. The phone slipped from her hand. The color drained from her face. I thought you said it was over, I said. She stammered. It is. I was just. Just what? Reliving the unforgettable moments. Her lips parted, but no words came out. I waited for her to explain, to lie again, but she stayed silent. I realized then that there was nothing left to save. I grabbed my jacket, my keys. She reached out, tears spilling down her cheeks. Please, don't leave like this. I looked at her one last time. You told me to be proud that other men wanted you, I said quietly. I guess you got what you wanted. I walked out. The door closed behind me with a sound that felt final, like a seal breaking. The air outside was sharp, cool against my face, grounding me in a way her presence no longer could. That night, I drove without a destination, replaying everything in my head. The laughter, the lies, the warmth we once shared, all fading into something unrecognizable. There was grief, yes, but also clarity. I had been holding on to a ghost, convincing myself that love could survive without trust. I don't know what became of her after that night. Maybe she went back to him. Maybe she finally realized what she'd destroyed. All I know is that when I walked away, I left behind more than just her. I left behind the version of myself that kept forgiving what shouldn't have been forgiven. And for the first time in years, the silence felt peaceful.